Look at your digital workspace right now. Look at the color-coded calendars, the pristine folder structures, the newly downloaded productivity apps, and the endless lists of goals you carefully formatted over the weekend. It feels good, doesn't it? It feels like progress. But if you look closely at your actual output over the past 30 days, a brutal truth emerges. You haven't been building a future. You've been constructing an elaborate, highly organized hiding spot. Setup/problem. Psychologists call this phenomenon productive procrastination. It occurs when your brain substitutes high-effort preparation for high-value execution. When facing a daunting, high-stakes task, writing a proposal, launching a project, making sales calls, or mastering a difficult skill, your primitive brain experiences friction. It senses the risk of failure, judgment, and cognitive discomfort. Directly avoiding the task creates guilt. So your subconscious mind finds a clever loophole. It directs your energy towards secondary activities that feel responsible, but carry zero risk. You clean your desk. You reorganize your digital notes. You research the best camera gear for 3 hours. You tweak the typography on your website. Because you're technically working, your brain rewards you with a hit of dopamine. You go to sleep feeling accomplished, even though the core needle-moving task hasn't progressed by a single millimeter. First insight. The fundamental flaw in this behavior is mistaking motion for action. Motion is researching, planning, organizing, and preparing strategies. Action is the actual execution that can yield a result or a failure. Motion feels safe because you can never fail while preparing. A business plan never loses money until it touches the market. A draft never gets rejected while it stays in your private folder. A workout routine never causes fatigue while it's just a PDF on your phone. When you spend 80% of your energy polishing the runway, you run out of fuel before the plane ever leaves the ground. You don't need better organization to get started. You are using organization as armor against the anxiety of doing real work. Second insight. High performers operate on a completely different relationship with friction. They don't wait for clean conditions, perfect setups, or quiet minds. They accept that the beginning of any worthwhile endeavor is inherently messy, chaotic, and uncomfortable. They understand that action builds clarity, not the other way around. When you try to organize your way into feeling ready, you invert the process. Readiness is not a prerequisite for action. It is a byproduct of action. The moment you sit down and engage directly with the messy draft, the difficult call, or the complex code, the fog begins to clear. The momentum generated by ugly execution does more for your clarity than 10 hours of flawless planning ever could. Practical strategy. To break the preparation trap, implement the 1-inch rule. First, declare a complete moratorium on meta work before primary work. No adjusting settings, no cleaning folders, no searching for new tools, and no tweaking schedules until your primary high-value task of the day has received 60 minutes of raw focus. Second, embrace messy entry. Give yourself explicit permission to write a terrible first paragraph, build an ugly prototype, or make a flawed presentation. Remove the expectation of elegance at the starting line. Third, limit preparation time with artificial constraints. If a task requires research, set an alarm for 20 minutes. When the alarm sounds, research stops immediately and execution begins, regardless of how incomplete your notes feel. Final message. Clear the desk in your head. Close the extra tabs. Stop customizing the dashboard. The system you have right now is good enough. The knowledge you have right now is sufficient.
Step onto the field and start doing the work in the mud.